welcome to today's series of Baker's Diaries. On this platform, we get to interact with different players in the industry to get to learn and be inspired as we journey with them. Our guests today are a formidable team, may I say a baking power couple who have proved that through commitment and resilience, you can build your dreams and make them a reality. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, tuambie Baba Steph na Mama Steph ni nani?
Alright, so let me say, my name is Elijah Mwaneki, but for the branding they call me Baba Steph. I'm the co-director and founder of Friday Bakers, and I work with my partner, my spouse, my wife, who is the CEO of the company. So baby, Mama Steph, say, who are you? Let me not talk on your behalf.
Yeah, my name is Rachel Jambi, or the Jina Sani Mama Steph, just like Mama Steph has said, and I'm the CEO of Friday Bakers, and it's an honor.
Yes.
So we are very happy to have you here. Thank you for taking time and making this happen. So, was this your first ever job? Maybe tunaanza na wewe Baba Steph.
The funniest thing and the weird thing, when I went to school, I did computer science. That's the funniest thing. Baking, I've never thought about baking in my life.
Wow.
So as in, baking came as a need, which turned out to passion. Let me take you first back to 2017, because that's when now everything was turning haywire in my life. It was one of the worst year for me to say, because if I remember, 2017 I was doing so well before elections, and in August, that is in August 2017, we were building our own house. We had bought a land and we were building a house in Thika. I remember that, and we were as in trying our best. So after elections, we settled down with my family. At that time, Mama Steph was expectant for Stephanie, and when everything was moving so well, and one day I was doing a business where I was selling second-hand cars, and I was doing my business. I've been doing online since then. We were selling clothes, then I moved to cars. I have tried all kind of businesses, and I got two cars online on Facebook, where we engaged with the sellers, and they came up to Thika and they sold us the cars. Then later we did our due diligence, because you know, when you're selling cars, not like a cake. You just come and take and go. You have to do your due diligence about the car, and we did, and the cars were clean. Then later, after they gone, they switched off their phones before they transferred the cars to us. So that's when now we knew the deal has gone. So
you actually had paid for the cars?
Yes, we had paid for everything, and the first car, there were two cars. The first car we had bought around 500,000. The other car we bought, it was we bought around 400,000. Then now after they gone, that's when now they switched off their phones. Then now we were left wondering what has happened. So my first thing I did was to go to the police station and ask them if the car are being circulated, and they said the cars are okay, so I can go. But no, my cars haven't been transferred to me, so I can't claim they're mine. So I went to NTSA and looked for the owner who is written in the logbook. That's when I called him, and once I called him, I asked him, have you sold your car? And he said yes. Okay, I told him I'm the one who bought the car, so I'd like you to come and do transfers. You remember back in 2017, that's when Teams was being introduced. Yeah. The one now you do the online one. So at that time, many people were conned, because now the conmen were coming with the papers, the former KRA papers, where you go and transfer with papers at their center. So we were one victim. So once I called him, he said yes, I have sold the car and I'm going to transfer to you, but I'm in Kisumu. So once I come to Nairobi, I'll help you. So I was wondering, okay, why come to Nairobi and you just need to go to the SABA and transfer to me? He said, actually, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So in the evening, even before we get to the other morning, he called me and told me, by the way, I'm a Meru, and tomorrow I'm driving back to Meru, so I may meet you at Nairobi. I do transfers for you. And once okay, I was not I had that feeling things are not okay. So that day when he said he's coming, I called my uncle and told him this guy wants to meet me at TRM. Actually, we discussed we meet at TRM. So he told me, you come there, we meet there, there's a cyber, I get to know you, then I transfer to you, and all is good. All right, the next morning I took my car. I called my uncle, kindly take me, then we meet at TRM. My uncle stays in Kawangware, so we went there. Then when I arrived, you know the gate of TRM, there are many businesses inside there. So at the gate there were very many policemen, where I could just think there are many banks here, maybe they are trying to transit money from the banks, so you don't worry, and you know you haven't done anything, so you're like, hey, there's heavy security team inside here. Then I went to TRM, I parked my car. There's a parking up there, so that's where I parked my car. Then I called the guy and told him, where are you? I'm here. I want you now with me to transfer the details to my name. I said, meet me at this bank. There's many banks there. So there's one, I guess, cooperative. He told me, I'm at Cooperative Bank. Come meet me there. So when I went to Cooperative Bank, the guy was not there. You see, now I was getting now angry, because now this guy is wasting my time. Why tell me come here, then you tell me you have moved up to the parking, and you told me to meet here. So I was like very angry and said, okay, let me just go where he is. He told me, I was just confirming the car, just to be sure it is the car that you were telling me you sold. So I said, okay, let me go up there. So once I went to the exit of the mall and the top parking, things happened. Umaigrabiwa na serikali. And people with guns, they came with guns. I couldn't understand what I was trying to talk to the guy. What is happening? Tell me. There was no one who was talking to me. They took me where I had parked the car, and they asked me, is this your car? Yes. Two of them with guns, they put me inside the car, one on this side and the other on this side, and no one was talking. I was shivering, because I've never gotten myself in the wrong side of the law. Yeah. So they took me from there. They took me to Kasarani police stations. That's where I was taken to the cell the first time. Then after like 2 hours, they came back for me. No one is talking to me. My uncle is trying to ask them what is happening. No one is talking to him. Then from there, I was transferred to Milimani police station. That's when now the French court told me, no, you have been caught with stolen goods, and now you can tell us the guys that you're working with about the stolen cars. The cars had committed some crime, so of which I didn't know. So I'm the culprit here, and I have to answer question even I don't know. I was just buying cars online, so now I have things to explain which I don't know. So I was told to write a statement. I did my statement. Then these guys, the French court, they saw the way I was so scared, and they asked me, do you know these guys? And I told them, I don't know them. I'm just a broker. So they told me, no, this case is very hard for you, for us, because now you have to answer all the questions, and you have to, as in, bring those people who sold to you. Now all the phones were off. So things happened. Let me fast forward. Things happened, and that case drained all our money. I had like in my bank had almost 3 million. No, and we were almost finished the building that we were doing. We were almost finishing. So everything happened that now the case drained everything that we had, even to sell the land that we were building and the house, so that we, as in everything, we pay back the money for the car and everything that he had used, and we were left broke. Mama Steph, at least she was working with Pizza Inn. At least that was the only income we were left with. You see, I was now the breadwinner and helping each other, but now my channel of income has been cut short. I have nothing to provide. I told you, first of all, I told you Mama Steph was expectant. Yeah. And now, you see, now I had that dream. When my children come, I'll be driving them, even picking Mama Steph from the hospital. I'm the one to do that. I was very happy about that. Then now, I'm left, I have no car, I got no money. It was hectic.
So maybe Mama Steph, you can tell us. Now this is a young family, you're starting your family. How did all this affect the normal way your family was?
It was tough, and especially because it's not something that we expected, and we were just expectant of so many great things, but from nowhere everything crumbles down. It was not easy, but God got us, carried us through. I had to stand strong for him, because now for him it was worse. Yeah, and basically God carried us through, and we made it through that situation. We almost fell into depression, and actually I was not earning so much. I was not earning that much, so whatever I got could only pay the house, do shopping, pay some bills, and that was all. And actually we were just a few months into a few years into marriage, like 2 years into marriage. So all that really hit us big. Yeah, but God carried us.
How did you now get into baking after all this? You have nowhere to start.
Alright, so as Mama Steph has said, actually I was depressed. You see, now I was having big money, now I'm broke, I have nothing. You know, once like when you're man of the house, when now your wife or the woman is providing, you feel like you're less a man. You get it? That's nature. We men, we want to feel like we are the providers. You get it? Yeah. Now you have nothing to provide for the family. And since that August, I went up to almost April, like some good months where I was just waking up, just eat, sleep, thinking nothing, and I was feeling useless in my life. And the let's say it's like I don't know, is a coincidence or some God divine destiny. The place we met, I was arrested at TRM. There's a cousin of mine called Priska Jesus. She's a baker, a well-known baker. She has baked for decades. Yeah. So, and now she called me and told me, no, Baba Steph. Actually, that time I was not Baba Steph, because Steph was not yet born. So she called me and told me, no, you have to think now. You see, now your wife is expectant, she is almost due, and you are not providing anything. You have to think like a man now. So she told me, are you busy on this day? No, you can, I'm just free, I have nothing to do. Just tell me where to meet you. And she told me, meet me at TRM. Remember, TRM is where I was arrested. Yeah. So she told me, she told me we meet there. She's going to buy me coffee. I had no money to do that, so we met there, and he told me, why don't you try baking? So that is now 2018 April. That's when she called me. Can you try baking? And I was hesitant because I've never thought of baking in my life. I did computer science. I love things with computer. Also, as in computers was my world. And the weirdest thing is, after computer, I have done computer science, I joined banking. I was a banker before I started other businesses. So I was not thinking about baking at all. So my cousin tells me, try baking. I mean, where do I start now? Even I don't know. Okay, she told me, no, because you don't have money, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine who is Wanjiko Lucia Mogo. She's the founder of Bakers Club Kenya. So she holds classes in Nairobi. So she told me, I'm going to pay for you for 2 days with Wanjiko Lucia. Then, because now she said, me, I know how to decorate cakes, but I don't know how to train. So once you go there and you get the basics, then you can come and you see what I'm doing and you follow, because now baking is skills. Yeah. You see how it is being done, then you come in, try whatever you have seen. So I went to Wanjiko Lucia for 2 days. Then after 2 days, when I went there, it's like I was given life. I saw, now I can do something else. I can bake, I can make money. All right, I was so excited about that. So that's how I started baking. Yes.
Mama Steph, before sasa na wewe ujoin baking, unaweza tuambia ulianzia wapi kitambo ufike kwa baking?
Maybe, okay, actually by the time we were getting married, I was working in as a customer care service provider. And that is where I was that is actually where baking found me. Because that is where I was throughout until he joined through his own process of Koniwa, until he came into baking. I was still working there. And I came to quit after I delivered my second baby. That is when I decided to join him, because at least by that time he had stabilized. God had given him favor. The business was doing well, and now I felt it is time also for me now to come and chip in my abilities and my capabilities. And that is when I joined him officially. Now after joining him, he took me, now he was my trainer. Now he took me 3 days class training, and now I officially joined the industry.
So, Baba Steph, you started Freely Bakers.
Yes.
How did it all begin? After the training with Lucia, you have done your 2-day classes.
Yeah. So the good thing, once I did the two-day classes, she held my hand. So she tried to tell me what to do. You need a name, you need to register a name. So before even we started, Freely, the name Freely, actually she's the one wearing the t-shirt for Freely. Freely is a combination of our two names. She's Fresia, I'm Elijah. So her first initial FR and ELI. So that's how we became with the Freely Bakers. So, and actually the funniest thing, the Freely name came a very long time ago when we were doing courtship. And we had a vision when we said, once we marry, we're going to have a very big company and we're going to call it Freely, but we didn't know it's Freely what. So actually the first time I told you I was selling clothes. I was buying clothes from Mombasa and sell online. So it was Freely Fashions. And now when we turned to baking, we call it Freely Bakers. And I went and changed everything I had written on my page. All the clothes, I deleted them and now started posting the baking.
And how was the journey like from beginning?
Once I started baking, I was so excited about what I was doing. I was not doing a very good job. You see I'll show you my photos when I was starting. I wasn't doing a very good job. But one thing, I was appreciating everything I do with my hands. I really loved, I can do this. This is nice. And I used to post in Bakers Club. Every time I can do, because now there's nothing I was doing. I was just in the house. I could go to the YouTube, download watch a video, then come try, and now post in Bakers Club. And now I tell my people my story. I was a banker, became a broker, now a baker. So you see now what I'm doing. So people started following me and like, who is this guy? What is his story? So the moment now I was telling, no, follow me at Freely Bakers. I was so happy about the company. So people started following us. Okay, the first year, 2018 to almost the end of 2018, we did like 2 orders. There was not much, but the thing is, I was not giving up. The thing is, I was keeping in the house. Even if I don't have orders, this is what, okay, I was not lying, but this is what I was doing. Just bake a cake and take very good photo, post it in my page, and I say, thank you for trusting Freely Bakers. It's just a marketing strategy. Why? Because you want to your customers to believe in you, and when customers see like there's someone who is believing in you, so they tend to say, let's order from Freely Bakers and taste what they're doing. So the first day was not very good. We did like 2 or 3 orders, and 2018, towards the 2018, I was almost giving up in baking, because now I was told now baking has money. And the whole of 2018, since I started in May, because that's when I started baking, I have gotten 2 to 3 orders. You see, and I'm supposed to provide food in my house, and it's not happening. So towards 2018, actually on December, I actually took a photo of everything I had, the mixers and everything, and I posted them in Baker's Club. I'm selling this. And people were asking me, why are you selling? And I'm telling you, it's only that the business is doing too good. I want to upgrade my machines. You get it? But I didn't want them to know that I was giving up. So I called my cousin Priska, and she told me, no, you don't have to give up. You keep pushing. You keep doing it. God's time, it shall be well. So okay, I said, okay, let me hold on. The funniest thing, that was December. January, orders came, and I was like, oh Jesus, why was I even thinking of giving up? Then 2019 was good. Let me tell you, 2019 was good. Everything was good.
So right now pali naona tuko kwa workshop. Tulianza hapa ama tulianza aje? Maybe Mama Steph unaweza tuambia.
Okay, we actually didn't start here. We all start from, everything has to start from somewhere. And by the time Baba Steffi, after the 2 days training, we were staying in a 1-bedroom house and back in Thika. And the 1-bedroom house is not what we have in mind. It's the one, the kitchen is in the sitting room. So it is just like a one room.
A double room.
A double room. Because the kitchen is in the sitting area. So that is where we were living. And now after Priska took him and bought the basics equipment that we needed for the baking, that is where we began. So you can imagine the sitting room, my kitchen, my small kitchen with the ovens, the teas and everything. It was kind of messy. But we really had the zeal to try it out, because we really needed Baba Steph, or back then it was not Baba Steph, we really needed to get him back to his toes and start doing something. So I could not actually even comment about anything or anything.
You can be sure I was very messy, because now I was trying everything.
Yeah, I did in the sitting room. So once he bakes, everything becomes a mess. But all in all, I was like focusing on where he's going and what he's trying to do. So that is where we began. Now after that, we moved to the official 1-bedroom, the one that has a kitchen separately. And now we continued. He still joined me in the kitchen. And then now that is in 2018. Anasema we were getting one order once in a blue moon, but we kept on pressing on. After that, after the 1-bedroom house, now when the business began doing well, story by story, we moved into a 2-bedroom house, and that is where he officially began some training. Yeah, because of the training, he had to be creative with something, because the students, we wouldn't be, as in hatungekuwa vizuri na students in the kitchen, hatungeweza kutoshea. So the sitting room that we had, it was a bit bigger. So one corner, he improvised some shelves and some tables for the table mixers and the table oven. So now the baking became part of the sitting room, but now I have my kitchen. At least we have something separate. And now there we could accommodate at least as students. Now there he began with 1 student. After 1 student, now people who saw he can train. We accommodate 2, step by step, story by story. So, and after that, after actually the baking space in the sitting room, that is now where we landed to this.
Let me add to that. Now, once we were in that 2-bedroom, after some time, still, you know, now business sometimes goes up, sometimes goes down. Yeah. This time our business was still down, and now that house we are paying around 50,000, and now we couldn't manage that 15,000. I remember talking now to my landlord and told him, I'm thinking to put a business out there, so I'm thinking to move out from this house and get maybe less cost rent, so I co-share the rent with the shop that I'm going to look for. Then actually actually we were thinking, because now it was 15,000, and now I didn't want to tell the landlord the truth, because actually I was looking for now a very small room where we could pay around 7,500. Then the other amount we look for a shop around here in Keno. So when he asked me how much rent do you want to pay for the next house that you're looking for, now you know, now you are paying 15,000. You don't want to tell your landlord you want to go for 7,500. Still, you know, you want to maintain that status. And no, I told him, no, I want to around 10,000 house, so I can be able to pay for a shop outside there. He said, no, I have another house. Actually, no, where we are right now, I have another house. Maybe you can come and check. I'll charge you 10,000. So when we came here, and I saw this where my shop is, it was a balcony for this house. This is a 2-bedroom house. So when I came here, I saw the balcony, and the balcony is facing the road. So I saw an opportunity to turning the balcony to a shop. So I saw now it's a bit much easier for the 10,000 than looking for a house for 7,000 and pay maybe 7,000. Yes, and we came here, and actually the funniest thing, this was a sitting room where we are seated right now. This was a sitting room, and behind there, where you see the brown shelves, it was now where we started the next school. And the funniest thing, you see, at that, when we were staying here, I taught the deputy governor of Embu County. She came here, and we are still staying here, because I remember when she came, she was playing with Stefan here. Then we, after when we went for break, then we go back to the class just behind the seats. Yes, so that's how we came up to this point we are. Then later, God blessed us. We moved out now from here, and now constructed this as our workshop and also a school.
Okay.
Yes.
So everything in God's time.
Yes.
You did your training in 2018.
Yes.
You've started baking, no orders in 2018. Business peaks in 2019. You're going well. Then come 2020, here COVID comes.
That was the worst. Another year which was good later, but we are viewing it as a bad year, because now you remember, now even if we are situated here at Keno, our most of our clients are in Nairobi, because now even if I didn't have a car to take to Nairobi, I could find a way of carrying with matatus to Nairobi. But now when COVID came, we had a lockdown at Blue Posts to divide watu wa Moshadha. We are in Murang'a County, so huku ni mashinani, and now from Blue Post now you can go to Nairobi, and we had a block at Blue Post, so there's no matatus that were moving from this location to Nairobi. So it's like our business was shut down, because now in this area, I don't know what happened, there are no many customers for us here. Even sometimes we could just close the door because no one comes. We could just do online, because online was doing good for us. Everything we were doing is online marketing. Facebook, I'm very good in Facebook, so we were selling to Nairobi, all areas za Nairobi. Nimetembea zote na keki nimebeba na mkono. So once now we had lockdown, remember now I had told Mama Steve, leave your work where you are employed, come we do now job. This job is awesome. Yes, it's awesome. Kameshika, kameiva. So now we are here together. Now we don't have anything to bake, because now we don't have our clients. They are all in Nairobi. What do we do? Remember, still I was doing classes here, physical classes. We have a class up here. No one can come here because now they are all locked in other areas. So now we decided, what do we do next? And I had an idea. No, let me say we can teach online. You know, now when you're a man, you have to think always to bring something. Yeah. So and I wrote on my page, you only need 200 shilling and internet to learn how to bake. If you're interested, join this WhatsApp group. So I created a WhatsApp group. So people came in numbers. Baba Stephanie, what do you have to teach in 200? And told them, I want to teach you how to mix a cake and as in a good cake. And people paid in numbers and said, hey, people have money. So I saw, what if I raise the fees? You know, opportunities. Now you have opportunities now, because I saw 200, they're coming in numbers, and controlling big numbers is not working. So I said, let me control the numbers and still get good money. So I raised my fees from 200 to 1,000, so that I get the serious ones.
Yeah.
So I thought, no, since I have reached to 1,000, they won't come. But the funniest thing, they still came in numbers. So I was like, hey, Jesus. In a day, we were looking at my Pensa. And Pensa, in the morning, I have 0. In the evening, I have 50,000. Just doing online. We see, we are just, Mama Steph was just holding the camera for me. And I do my work at the table. And there, that's where now, as in we got our car from there. Now the car that we use right now, we bought from those online classes. And we had lost hope of even getting a car very soon. And now they came in numbers, 50,000, 100,000 in a week. I just went to Nairobi and I got my car.
So we've done the WhatsApp group classes now. You've even increased fees to reduce the numbers. How are you even managing to do the classes? Manage? Is it an everyday class? Is it weekly training? How was it all going?
All right. So what I did, you know, when we were in banking, there's something we are using for meeting, Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So once now I thought about online class, I remembered Zoom. So what I did, once you pay, we were creating a WhatsApp group for the class. If it is maybe Black Forest training, we create a class for a group in WhatsApp. Then I create now a meeting in Zoom. So everyone could tell them in advance, this is what we are getting. So I could tell them the tools. The good thing is there's a shop called Topserve in Nairobi. So I was telling them, you can get all these tools in Topserve, then get ready for the class will happen tomorrow. So they could get ready, buy the tools, the ingredients from Topserve, and they could come now, get ready for the day. So we were baking together. Everything I explained, do like this, they do in their home. So later we wait even for them to bake, then we bring the results on Facebook. This is what we have done for the class. So that's how we used to do the classes online.
How did you transition from now online to having the physical classes?
Actually, before the online classes, we had already introduced the physical classes. It's just that now most of the students were coming from Nairobi, as in they were coming from places that they needed to come via Brewpost. But now there was the road broke at Brewpost, so we couldn't get access any physical students. And you see now Corona came with all those measures. No visiting each other, no having those meetings or anything. So even everybody was afraid.
Yeah.
So even people from around, as much as they want to come for a class, they couldn't come for those physical classes. So due to those measures, that is what took us to online classes, where now we teach from our home to your home. So everybody is comfortable, we are comfortable, and you see I also have kids.
Yeah.
So I was also not comfortable anybody coming into my house anytime. And then now that is how now we moved to online classes, such that you feel comfortable at your home, you can bake from there. I'm teaching from this side, I'm directing you from one step to another step. After baking, we give time for cakes to cool. We now meet again in the afternoon for the decoration part, and that is how now after the measures were like lifted, now we just revisited our previous trainings. Now that is how we came back to the physical.
And would you mind explaining, like, how can one register with your classes? How can you schedule them?
All right. What we do, I'm a good marketing person, and I do it online. So we share posters with details of the classes that we have. Like now we have in the poster we have beginners class, we have wedding master class, and those people who just want to come for a day class, for maybe you want just to know how to bake, maybe you want to know how to decorate. So we have those classes. So once we market them online, we just we have our page that is Freddy Bakers, and now you remember we have another group we created now for bakers, calling it Waokaji. Waokaji is a Swahili name meaning bakers, so it's called Waokaji Bakers Haven. So we share those posters online, so and we share our contacts. So we tell them if you need more details you can contact us on this number, and then when they come to our WhatsApp we give them the posters and the details and we schedule them. We hold our classes every week from Tuesday to Thursday. So because now we are not able because of the orders that come in on weekend. So when we schedule them between the weekdays Tuesday to Thursday.
And maybe this will be something that would help so many people out there, I believe. So you are indeed a family that is working together. Kama familia mnakosana nyumbani, lazima kuja mfanye kazi, and it's not easy. How do you make it all happen?
The thing is, we as in sat down and discussed about this. When it comes now to business, when you get to the office, is business. Your Mama Steph and Baba Steph, because those are the brand name that we work with. So anything we have to make sure, as in everything goes well. Sometimes even time when you can come and we are not talking to each other, but when you are here you can't know, because now we made a decision and said when it comes to work, it's work. Family, then after we step out of the door, now we can discuss about now the family issues. But when it comes to business, let's focus on meeting the day's goals, and as in we realize our dreams that we want, what we want to achieve. So it's not easy, something, but we try. Maybe Mama Steph can.
Yeah, working with your spouse, actually, it's not sometimes, it's never easy. It's never easy, especially when you're starting. It's never easy, because you'll bump into each other so many times, especially at the beginning. But the moment you manage and you differentiate the two, and you understand the reason as to why you're working together, now everything becomes easy. Working with a couple as a couple is not easy, but the moment you understand the goals, the vision, it becomes the best thing that you can do, because you know you're working in this direction. So every input you're putting, you know it's for our better tomorrow. So actually, even the momentum, you get a lot of momentum. You are always energized, because you know even if I work extra hours, it's all for our own good. And like when you are employed, you are feeling I'm working extra hours, nobody is paying me. But now with such, you are ready to work even work overnight, because you know now this one tomorrow I'll rest. It's for my own good. And then I think the major thing, it's also for the couples to understand that you cannot be at the same level. So one has to be the head and the other one to follow. One has to lead.
That one was not easy when you were starting.
And you understand that there has to be a trainer and a trainee. So when Baba Steffi is the one training, I have to understand that I'm a trainee. So I just have to listen and to comply. If I'm the one understanding something better, he has to understand that I'm the trainer and he's the trainee. But the moment you want to be both the trainers,
the same level.
Nobody wants to be a trainee. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And now that has really, working here has really helped us, that we've moved now to training in driving. Now he's training me driving, because we have conquered here. But actually before we began working together, he had attempted training me driving.
And
it never worked.
She almost killed me.
Yeah, it never worked.
She almost killed me. But now I have confidence with her because you see, I told you I took her for the 3 days training, and no, if you have been following us, you can see what she is doing. Actually, one very proud man, and actually I was making a joke. If someone now takes Mama Steph away from me, I'm just like that person, as in because the impact she's putting in this business and the results are wonderful. She's doing. I can go like on Saturday. We had a cake I was delivering to Kitui, and we had some orders back here at the workshop, and she executed all the orders without my presence. So what else do I want in this life? All you need in life when you have your spouse is somebody who encourages you and in your vision, as in a vision bearer, when you support to get where you want, because we have very many visions to achieve together. So she's the best.
Maybe Mama Steph, you can tell us, how is it balancing work and now family so that there is no conflict maybe in time management and all?
It's now, you see, now when you're in business together, when you're working together in business, now you have to be co-workers even at home. Now after we live here, surely I won't go and start like, he won't go and sit in the sitting room, and now me I start learning here and there with the kids. So after here, we still have to move back at home and help each other where we can. If it's in the morning, I have to wake up and prepare Steffi for school, and for him, he has to drop Stephanie for school. So by the time I'm preparing Stephanie, he's preparing himself. By the time I'm done with, by the time he takes Stephanie to school, I'm now preparing myself, and I'm already at the shop by the time he's coming back. So at the end of the day, it's just helping each other all around. Because actually, if after job we go back home and he says that now Mama Steffi, now the home is you to do everything, I can't manage, because you see we were already working together, so I'm as well as tired as he is. So the moment he understands that, so even when we are at home, he chips in a lot, making work easier for me, and now making everything easy for me to balance between the kids and him himself, because I also have to attend to him.
I'm a baby, firstborn.
So he comes through for me, making it easier for me at least to run 1, 2, 3 things. At times it's very hectic, and especially because at some the fact that I have 2 small kids, there's one who has to be left at home. I have to have a house manager, and with these house managers, there are times she'll just wake up and she's like, I'm leaving,
I want to go,
I'm going. So with those disappointments of house managers, now you see we also have a business to run. We have to come to an agreement. Now actually at Saturdays it really comes through, because now we have to agree who will go to the workshop first, who is going to be left in the house for a while, and who is going to bring the babies. You see, now everything has to continue running. The fact that the house help has gone, at the end of the day, everything is between us. The kids are ours, the house is ours, so nothing has to stop. So there are days I have to leave him in the morning to babysit. I come to the workshop.
I even change diapers.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good in that.
Yeah, there are days I leave him in the house to babysit because maybe the kids are still sleeping. Then I come to the workshop and do the cleaning and everything. And my second born Vicky is very hyper. So coming with him here, he keeps us on the move. So I have to come here early. He's left with the babies. Then when everything is like settled, he'll prepare the kids and now come with them to the workshop. Then after that, depending also with the schedule of the day, if the day is tight, we'll have them here up and down. Then he'll have to release me early. and he extends through the night, so that I can also go and do the preparation for the kids and do the cooking. So we rotate like that. He's left in the house. I leave early, he's left. Now I leave job early, now he's left, like that. It's all about understanding each other, because everything has to keep on learning.
And balancing both the work and the family is not easy sometimes. Like last weekend we had so many orders and we stayed like 3 days without seeing our kids. Because now we were working overnight, we are so tired. We get them, they have already slept. Even as we haven't eaten, we were so tired, we just go and sleep. So sometimes we are very hungry and we just sleep. It's not easy, but we manage.
Kazi lazima iendelee.
Lazima iendelee.
If I don't manage to prepare breakfast, he has to keep with that. We have to continue. Sometimes hakuna job iko mingi, hakuna time ya kuanza ku make breakfast. So however it is, we just keep up and continue.
So before COVID, we had an employee who was now staying at our shop, who was managing the workshop. But after COVID, now there was no need of her because now hakuna orders, so we are not able to pay her. So that's why we had to send her home until now. But now we are thinking of bringing her back because the work is now getting better.
So what lessons have you learned along the way through the baking journey, the ups and downs of life, the time management, both at home and at work?
So I was saying, the first thing you need to have is patience in baking, because you see sometimes when you're working with cakes, maybe you don't get the results you want, or after baking for like 1 hour the cake just flops. You don't get, so you have to keep repeating until you get what customer needs. So you have to have patience. The other thing, never give up. You don't have to give up because this week you didn't get orders. You have to live with hope for a better tomorrow.
One thing this business has taught me to trust in God more. Because even in the darkest, He comes through from nowhere. Like that period of COVID, that 2020, I had just resigned. Okay, actually I went for maternity leave and I was supposed to resume in December. And now that is when I officially resigned. Then just in December I've officially resigned, so we have January, February, March lockdown. Now at that point is where you start thinking, did I really make the right choice? Because now at least you see when he was working here and there and I have a permanent income, at least with that one, you know, whichever the case, I'll still be paid. So now there is lockdown. Here I am, I've resigned, and now we are all in the house. But God is a miracle working God. So I've learned to trust in God more. And something also that we've learned, it's financial management. Because in baking you can really be making a lot of money. But if you don't do your management properly, as in you'll just be holding money and it goes, you hold and it goes. But if you learn how to manage it, you can really do a lot of things with baking.
And the good thing is Mama Steph, when it comes to management, she is good in that. That was I was looking for, because I was so jealous when she was working, how she was handling that company, and I said, if I get this power in my company, everything will go well, and she's handling it well. I love it.
What are the challenges that you have faced during the baking journey?
First of all is not getting orders. That's the biggest challenge. You don't know when you're marketing, you're not getting orders, and this is the only source of income. Sometimes you tend to feel like you're giving up. So that's one of the biggest challenge. Then again, delivery, as I said, was also a challenge, but now at least God has blessed us with a car, which is making delivery a little bit easier. Also, when now, I don't have many challenges to say, but I thank God for this far. Yes.
And KPLC is also a challenge. Yeah.
I had forgotten about Kenya Power. You know, sometimes wananuanga steamer sa ile unapika, and if we don't have a backup, so if they go for like 30 minutes, the cake flops, and you have to repeat the whole thing. As in, those are the challenges. But I thank God that we are getting better. Also, another challenge now, the location where we are. Remember, we told you this Keno, and we are in Moranga County.
Yeah.
We say in our French language, hapa kazi tu. You know what I mean? in our French language. But sometimes, you know, the location now, getting a shop to get the accessories, the ingredients, it can be hectic. Yeah? So maybe you get an order, you didn't have this, getting, maybe the closest shop is in Thika, and maybe they have closed, so it's a challenge. You don't have a shop around here at Keno. So the good thing, we had Topserve cabin roof for us. When it comes to service delivery, they were one of the best in Kenya.
How has been your experience shopping with Topserve?
They have one of the best customer service, because I myself, I love Accra branch. That's where I do my shopping most of the time. And when I get there, there's always a person who welcomes me and asks me maybe what I want. At that shop, there's a display on one side where they have hung the tools. Once you get there, someone when you ask, they take you. This is what you want. Look, is this what you want? As in, they take you through the tools that you are looking for. And once you're done that, you go to the cashier, you pay your goods. There's someone else who is packing for you. So, as in, the experience is good. I don't have any issues with Topserve.
And you rarely miss anything.
Yes, yes. And the good thing with Topserve is a one-stop shop where you get everything. You don't have, like, you know, some okay, maybe the other shops are coming up, but the good thing with Topserve, you have everything there. So if you need ingredients, if you need tools, everything is there. You don't have to, like, be hopping from one shop to other looking for goods. That's the good thing about Topserve.
So everything under one roof, and you're sorted, good to go.
Yes, and I'm sorted.
So let's switch gears and go back to Waokaji Baker's Haven. What prompted you to start the group, bearing in mind kulikuwa na pre-existing groups already?
Alright, Waokaji Baker's Haven is a group of bakers and the clients. Waokaji Bakers, I remember I had mentioned about when I started the online classes, and I put the post online where we were going to train online, and we give a link for WhatsApp group. And let me tell you, when we started the WhatsApp group, there were so many people that came to WhatsApp group, and you know, WhatsApp group can only hold around 257 maximum people. So they came in number, and we are full. So, and we are like, what next? How do we accommodate more people? And people suggest we go Instagram group can hold even 1 million people. Not Instagram, Telegram. Telegram.
Yeah.
So I'm not good in Telegram. So I told them, what if we open a Facebook group? So we opened a Facebook group, and we called it Baker's Haven. So when you know, now I always teach my students, once you get a name, before you start using the name, you register the name.
Yeah.
So once I went to eCitizen and tried to register the name, someone else had already registered a business under Baker's Haven. So we had to look for a word that is making it look different from Baker's Haven that had been registered. So I went for Waokaji. Waokaji is a Swahili name meaning bakers. Kuoka. Kuoka ni kubake. So when they are many, we call them Waokaji.
Yeah.
And that's how we came with the name Waokaji Baker's Haven. Then once we opened the group on Facebook, And now we were in my page, actually, because my page had a good number of people. That's why we are posting, and we say now we are telling people, if you want to learn how to bake and maybe get inspired about baking journey, just join this group. And within 1 month we had already reached 4,000 members in the group, and as now as we speak we are over 20,000 members in the group. So group is growing very well. And the advantage, when we opened the group, they joined. You see now we have bakers in the group, we have clients. So the good thing about the Waokaji Bakers Haven, many bakers have come to as in appreciate the platform. They also teach. I'm not the only one who teach in that group. So there are many bakers there. They bring live videos teaching people how to do something. So it united all the bakers in Kenya, because now you can see we can reach people from Kisumu, Mombasa, everyone. So as in that's how now Waokaji came up.
And how has Waokaji impacted your business?
Waokaji has really impacted our business in so many ways, and especially, you see, let me go back to know how Waokaji was born. You see, after the WhatsApp group, after training people, in the WhatsApp group, we could have said that after it was full, we could have said that we can do away with this group of people because they've already learned, and then so that we can accommodate other. But what we do as Fred Bakers, the moment we train, we want to follow up until you feel you're stable to stand on your own. Now we felt that we couldn't let go even those who had already trained. We needed them together for like monitoring purposes, because after the training we want, obviously you'll find that they have questions, they somewhere that they're stuck, they need you to revisit and everything. Even the students that we always have here physically, we always follow up until they feel that now we are stable, we are ready to go. So that is how now he ran it through the now Facebook group that has no limitation. And now you see, now even the many people that we train from all over, they are all there in case of anything. They are reaching out, and then we have more bakers there. Even if he's not responding to anything, there's already somebody else who has more experience. So as much as they are being empowered, we are also getting empowered in the same group, because there are even those who are older than we are in the industry, and they're sharing points, they're sharing experiences. Somebody is coming to train up something, and we also learn from there. So it's more of even learning, and actually even the customers in the same group, they develop the interest of the industry, just seeing what is happening with the bakers themselves. It's like they feel the love, and as in the industry has more unity and the love, and you find that they also want to learn. So we also get a lot of students through that group, because the moment somebody is interested, and because we have so many students from there, so if anybody is asking for classes, they always recommend Fred Bakers. So yeah, really.
And the good thing about Waokaji is a very conducive environment for learning, and everyone there, as in they love each other. There's love in Waokaji Bakers Heaven. You'll never get like, you see now we have a lot of beginners in that group. So once they post maybe a cake, you see, I told you when I was starting out, I loved what I did, but it was not the best cake. But the same thing, we have beginners in that group where they post their work. It's not very good, but they get encouraged in the group. This is a good step. You have started, keep practicing, you'll get better. You see, sometimes in life, when you start growing, you need that person to hold your hand to grow or to go up the ladder. Now Waokaji Bakers Heaven has come for all types of bakers, the beginners, the intermediary, and the professional. We are all there to help each other grow. So, and actually you can see what our tagline is. I'm brave. The first thing is say, yes I can. You believe in yourself. Yes I can. Then you say, I'm brave. So when you're brave, what do you do? I can start. So that's our tagline. Yes I can. I'm brave. I will start. Yes, that's Waokaji Bakers Heaven for you.
how was it like sourcing for tools and equipment when you first started?
All right, so when I was starting, I didn't know about many shops, so because now it was a very new thing to me. The good thing I said, there's Priska was Jesus. Her company name is Priska Cakes. So she's the one who held my hand, and the good thing, she introduced me to Topserve. Actually, most of my tools that you see here, it's not very long ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Many people think like I started like a decade ago, but it's just 3 years ago. And all the tools that I bought, I told you Topserve has one shop, as in everything under one roof. We bought everything there, the tools, the ingredients, and that's how I got mine. I didn't have trouble because Topserve, as in they are top. Of course, they are top. They served us. They are top, and they served us, and that's how I started I got my baking tools.
And for the trainings, when you first started training, what was your first ever training like?
Sometimes even I tell that student, I guess I need to refund you the school fees, because you see, when I started posting my work, I was not very good in baking myself. I was not doing a very good job. I don't know what the first student saw in that. I don't know. Miujiza tu ya Mungu. And she asked me, "Can you train?" Remember now, I needed a lot of money for the family, and I said yes. Okay, she came. The first thing, challenge. I don't have good recipes. Even I don't know what I'm going to teach. I'm still trying the recipes. Also, I don't have those like a manual to train. He's now trying to think what I'm going to train today, tomorrow. So she was coming, and I tell her, today we are going to try vanilla. Then you wait, I go to Google, vanilla recipe. So I tell her, we are going to remove this, we put this because this we don't have. As it was hectic. I remember the first time, nowadays I'm the best teacher in fondant. And I have a fondant recipe that is working so good. By that time, I didn't have any recipe for fondant. I remember there was a time as we were doing mixing for fondant. CMC is supposed to be put in icing sugar, but I wasn't remembering, and we put it in water. And it was not mixing. So until by the way, we were supposed to put in icing sugar, but it's still going to work. You see, as it was hectic. But the good thing about baking, if you are passionate enough, it doesn't matter where you go for training, because what you get when you go for training is the basic skills to push you up to the next level. It's just a stepping stone, because you can't learn everything in school. You can learn everything because baking is a learning process. Every day is a learning. Even myself right now, as we talk, I haven't gone. There's a level I want to be. So the first student, actually, she's just within from Moranga, and she is doing good. And she always come back here. Baba Seven, what can we do? And if she wants anything, I don't charge her, because you see now I said I'm going to do as in compensate because of the shoddy training I did here. But imagine she's doing a good job. I love the progress in that lady.
So commitment and passion.
Yes, and dedication.
Yeah, okay.
Another thing good about Waokaji Bakers Haven, it's more of a family. Remember, the group started last year, and I told you when we started, the group grew very fast, and the reason is people mind each other welfare. You can see there are like we have people have raised funds for bakers who have maybe misfortune like fire, others sick, so we live like a family. So that's why it's one of the best reasons why you should be in Waokaji Bakers Haven. Yeah.
Will you say the baking industry has grown?
Yes, the baking industry is the next big thing in Kenya. Like you see, in every occasion nowadays, there is a cake. You go to dowry, you go to visiting your parents, ni ile tu ya mazishi haijapatikana. But
in memory.
Oh, by the way, this the one we did for a memory of a person who had passed on. Oh, sad to make such a cake. But the thing is, the industry has really grown. You see, and people, the thing is, when the market is growing and the industry is growing, the customers are growing in terms of designs. They are going to Google, they go to Pinterest, and they get you a very complex design. So now you have to upgrade your skills. That's why we are saying no for bakers. The thing is, we don't compete like as in we have competition, but a healthy competition where you compete with other bakers in terms of creativity, not in terms of numbers of customers that you're going to get. And this is how now, because the industry has grown, you have to keep up with the customer specification. They download a picture in Google, then they bring to you. And that's why now we get people like Topserve coming in through, because every cake comes with tools that you need, because now the industry has really grown on that point. You have to go keep getting new tools for you to be able to execute the cake.
Yeah, and as much as the industry is growing, if the suppliers don't keep up with the momentum, with the pace, the industry will actually be like stagnating. We won't grow as we desire. But now with people like Topserve, actually the best thing with Topserve, they are keeping with the latest trends. So the moment you are getting a design and now this is a new tool, you're like wondering, where do I get this tool? Definitely you'll find it at Topserve. Like currently we had an international class that we had some teachers coming in from Nigeria, and Topserve really came up in big ways. And what they did, they had, the moment we advertised the class, they actually came through to us, and they first seek to know what are the tools that you need, so that in case there is something that they don't have, by the time that the students are going to source for the tool, they've already imported. And that is what made everything easy, because they sourced for every tool that was listed down, and by the time the students are up and down running to get the tools, they could just run into Topserve and all the tools under one roof. And Topserve is all over. And
that's the best thing. Is you go to Nairobi, they have 2 branches, that is Accra and Kimathi. You go to Nakuru, they have a branch. You go to Eldoret, they have a branch. You go to Meru, they have a branch. As in, they are conquering like the whole of Kenya. And when are you planning to go to Mombasa, to other regions?
Tunafuata demand. Pali mnatutaka tutakuja huko.
That's awesome. That's the good thing about.
Yeah, and you see, like for that class, we had students from all over. Now it was not hectic for the students. Wherever they are, they could even those who are in places that there's no Topserve. Topserve is there to get there. They could place their orders in Nairobi. Then the moment, because the class was in Nairobi, and on the material day, the first day, whoever ordered from far, it was delivered
at the venue.
Without any disappointment.
Who else do we want here in Kenya if it's not Topserve?
We try and keep up.
Yes, thank you very much, and we really appreciate. Don't take for granted. You know, I know I have tried the business, and I know what it takes. You're doing a good job.
Thank
I can
you.
say that.
Thank you. And regarding the trainings, you've mentioned you did an international training. Why did you opt to bring in an international? Yet I would want to believe you would have done it, and you have people you work with locally as well. Or
the good thing we said, baking is a learning process, and I told you I'm also learning. You see now, you want every day you need to get a better skill to make sure you. I said we have a healthy competition where if you want to get customers, you grow your skills for you to be able to execute complex designs. So Nigerians are good in wedding cakes, so that's why we invited them. We also have local people, or as in Kenyan bakers, who are very good, and that's why you see like next year we said we're not going now to take teachers from outside. Actually, we are having a class a 5 days masterclass that will be happening at Nairobi, All Saints Cathedral. It will be from 11th of April to 15th. 2022, and it will be one of the best. We have the best for the bakers. We will be doing this with one of we will be 3 teachers, myself, and we have Almasi Arts. He's called Julius, and we have Jojo Lydia. Who knows Jojo Lydia?
Yeah.
All the way from Nakuru. I guess you guys have worked with Jojo Lydia.
Yes,
you know what she does. She's one of the main teachers.
You've mentioned about the masterclass.
Yes.
How do you ensure people are updated at all times?
We'll be posting in our YouTube channel. We'll be posting in our Waokaji Bakers Heaven group, and also in our Ferry Bakers page. And when we get to next year on February, everyone will have completed to get the tools of which Topserve will be providing for us, and also as in done with the payment for the tuition. That's why now we are starting marketing this early. So
as you've heard from the founder and CEO of Ferry Bakers, we will be here supporting you in the upcoming masterclass for next year, and we will have all the ingredients, tools and accessories that you'll need for the training. So be sure to visit either of our branches countrywide, and you'll be sure to get what you need. So what is your vision for Ferry Bakers?
Right, I have very many visions. I'm a man of vision. And but okay, sometimes you have to be realistic what you can achieve and what you can achieve. But one of the biggest vision we have, if you see the challenges for bakers, sometimes it's financial challenges. Since last year we've been talking of Waokaji Bakers Circle. So we are yet to start it out and materialize everything, but we're still working on that. And the other vision that is very soon coming soon, it is Waokaji Bakers Heaven TV. You know, we want to give Topserve a platform to market themselves to bakers and other service providers. So that's why we are looking forward for Waokaji Bakers TV. So we have talked to different stakeholders who will help us establishing one stakeholder is Topserve. That's the good thing. We talked with your CEO, and he promised us he'll be there for us because we want to do a kitchen in Nairobi, a very masterpiece kitchen where we'll be holding live tutorials, because now the Waokaji Bakers TV will be focusing on as in educating people, bringing different bakers from different regions, different countries, as in it will be an international thing. So at that platform you can be sure now bakers will be keep updated with the latest trends in cakes. So that's the biggest vision that we have right now.
Are there opportunities in the baking industry for those people who want to join? Ama watu wametoka shule, hawana kitu ya kufanya, is baking something they can look into?
Yeah, there are so many opportunities for everybody to learn, and the market is wide. So as much as already there are so many bakers, they don't
they can satisfy the market.
They can't satisfy the market because the market is it's already wide and it's already growing. So there are more opportunities for people who want to learn, for those who are coming out to school, for those who are resigning, for those who have lost their job. You can join the market. The market is big and wide.
Opportunities are all over in baking. So because you can be a baker, you can sell, you can service provider that is selling accessories, as in there are very many opportunities. So we welcome other bakers to this industry, and we are here for bakers. We are ready to initiate you and give you the necessary skills to start you. You can be sure we'll do that for you.
And for those people who have the interest and the passion, and maybe you are committed to other businesses or you are employed somewhere, the best thing with baking, you can do it as part-time. It's a very flexible job. You do it at the comfort of your home, and you still continue with the other businesses that you have, so you don't have to be a full-time. Actually, it starts from somewhere. There are so many bakers who are now full-time, but they started it as a part-time business. So if you have the passion and you're working, don't be tired of that you don't have time for baking because you have to serve your employer. You can do both and still manage.
Yes.
Why would anyone opt to order with Friendly Bakers?
Friendly Bakers, we are committed to delivering beyond the customer's expectations. We always do our deliveries on time according to the customer's specification. We have our delivery guy here. He's always on time. And then our prices are very pocket friendly, and we offer fresh made cakes, very mouth-watering. And be sure we are also keeping with the trend. We just give you your heart desire. We bring a design and you're on it.
We are waiting for you. Go there. Go that complex design. Send it to us. We'll give you more than even you sent to us.
Okay. And for the trainings, why should the student come from outside of Kenya and come and train with Friendly Bakers?
You see, now in this school we are skill-based school. We don't just give theory like it is our and demos. This is how it is done. You should do like this. We show you how it is done, and also you do. We give you practical to do like that. If we teach you how to bake a black forest, we want to know if you know how to do. We tell you no, bake on your own without asking. I'll be here just supervise and you do it. We go to decorations. We do one with you. Actually, we do together. Then give you another one to do. We say it's a skill based. We take you from scratch and take you through all the baking. Like now we have 3 days class for beginners where we teach you theory. We give you introduction to baking. Then we do baking. The second day we do surface and decoration where you do piping techniques. And then that day we have now where you do fondant. We teach you how to make fondant and cover cakes with fondant. So as in for the other good thing about training with us, we hold your hand after the 3 days. Is not an end because you can get everything in the 3 days. Like now at your competent to start taking complex orders, we hold your hand until you stand, and now you can be able to handle complex designs.
And what is your inspiration, or who inspires your everyday work?
It is satisfying the customer's client and seeing I impact someone's life with the baking skills. So that's what inspires me and motivates me to do more.
If anyone wanted to get in touch with you for training purposes and for the orders, how would one do that?
All right, for our customers, we have a page, Friendly Bakers. That's where we post all our designs, our cakes, and you can like our page to be seeing what we do. So we have a number you can call 0721 388 429. That's our office line. And also you can get us in touch in Waokaji Bakers Heaven. You can see I'm having a t-shirt. If you need this t-shirt, I can give you for free. Anyway, we talk about that. So you can get us in Waokaji. That's also where we post the progress of the students that we are training in our school. So get us there, let us inspire you and take you to the next level in the baking industry. You can also email us at friendlybakers@gmail.com, and you can give us your feedback on our cakes, and we'll be glad to get back to you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today. We really, really appreciate you taking your time to make this happen. Yeah, and we will continue supporting each other in the business.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and we really appreciate for the honor of coming all the way from Nairobi. We know we are far from Nairobi, but you made it.
Tembea Kenya.
So thank you very much.
Asanteni sana. Keep it locked here for more inspirations and more lessons on baking. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Topserve Limited, and also visit either of our branches. We have Accra Road and Kimathi branch in Nairobi. Then we have Nakuru branch, Eldoret, Meru, and Kisumu. Until next time, for Baker's Diaries.